Hey people, it's Ed Midsole Bud here. I am in today's video going to dive into the best running shoe bargain deals I can find as of the start of October 2023. That's Ed Bud price. What absolutely insane pound stretching deals can I find to save you a few quid? We're talking fabric, rubber and foam. Let's investigate. Welcome back to the channel people. If you haven't done so yet, help us to reach 1 million subscribers by clicking that subscribe button. It is free, you know. Also give this video a thumbs up like, and if you want to support the channel on a more ad hoc basis, drop us a super thanks as well. I can bring in a few more shoes for review. Dankeschön. We'll kick off in grand style with some Nike sale deals. You know when they put the big deals up that there's some new shoes incoming, so let's get to it. First up is the Streakfly, down by 40% from 145 Earth credits to 87. I think that's a darn good deal for a nice low to the ground, sort of slightly less cushioned shoe. Probably use it for like recovery type runs, I suppose. If you want your shoes to be nice and soft and nimble, then the Streakfly's up your street. A bit of a lower stack than many shoes these days, and a rather durable outsole too, though do be warned that the Zoom X sidewalls of the midsole I did find to be a little bit fragile. They do tear quite easily, so you know, don't wear them around any very hungry squirrels or anything like that. At this price it's more of a bargain, still available at this time of publishing of the video in the larger men's sizes, in this rather standout dismal sort of colourway of hyper pink, laser orange and black. It will certainly light up the pen mill trading estate if you run around in that one. Certainly early in the morning anyway. The same price here for the Vomero 16 in all colourways at the moment, aside from the very newly released ones. 145 quid down to 87. We're talking British pounds. All sizes in the black and white version, which is probably a little bit better for winter I suppose, though very sporadic sizing in some of the others. This says to me that the Vomero 17 is just around the corner. I bet Nike are clearing stock out of their warehouses, ready to shift the newer one. Though I would suggest that this version of the Vomero is perhaps a little bit more Nike, I suppose, where they're removing the air units from the new versions of the Nike shoes. It just kind of makes them all a little bit similar, I suppose, to everything else that's out there from the other manufacturers. I think the Vomero 17 is probably a little bit closer to something like the Puma Forever and Nitro now than anything else. Maybe the 16 is going to be one of the last sort of air-equipped running shoes. They do seem to be moving away from that a little bit. Just makes me beg the question, what makes this like a specifically Nike running shoe? Just kind of like all the others now. For 80 smackaroonies, down from 115, you can bag the Pegasus 40 in a couple of different colorways. There's the pale yellow in the larger sizes, then there's the black, green abyss, Baltic blue and hyper pink in the smaller sizes. Almost ran out of breath on that one. Makes for a much easier to stomach price on the Daily Mile Destroyer. One of the best daily shoes of 2023, certainly, that I've reviewed. That's why it was in my recent video. Go and check that one out in the card that I've hopefully remembered to put on the screen. 80 notes represents a bit of a better value buy here for a lower stack shoe that's got some great response and a really good upper as well. So nice and breathable, yet there's a bit of sort of meat to it, you know. All these Nike shoes are available at the time of me writing this script, which is about October 4th, 2023. So if you're watching this in like 1,000 years, you probably missed out. Now, I'm including this one because my viewers seem to really love this shoe. I didn't really get on with it, so as such I'm transferring the deal to you, but I'm not quite feeling the vibes on it. But hey, you know, it's up to you what you buy. Don't buy stuff because someone tells you to, you know, buy it because you want to buy it. Adidas have the Adizero SL in the outlet at 77 Earth credits, down from 110. Represents a bit less of a gamble, I suppose, on this light strike only midsole shoe. A good daily use shoe by the counts of the viewers. They are enjoying it. A number of you have got hold of me and said that I should include this one. Let's not forget that everybody's different when it comes to running and people like certain things. Some people reckon the Pegasus 40 is quite hard and firm. I haven't really found that at all. Other people said that the Boston 12 was just like too soft for them, and I find that one a bit more of a responsive shoe. They got loads of sizes left in the cloud white, lucid blue and the lucid fuchsia version, which I think is one of the better looking versions of the Adizero SL. I think it was pretty reasonable in terms of weight. If I remember rightly, I did move my pair on very quickly to someone else so they can get some enjoyment out of it. I think it could be a great daily option if you like the more durable and denser light strike underfoot. So there it is, the Adizero SL on discount over at the Adidas outlet site right now. Now, there's not much that you can buy for 59 quid these days. You can't even buy like a AAA video game title these days for that much. They're all more. It's crazy. I can remember you could walk downtown and pick up a boxed PC game for like $12.99 or something. Seems like only yesterday, over 25 years ago, but there we are. How about this one though from Start Fitness? 59 Earth credits in quite a few colourways for the Puma Velocity Nitro 2. Start Fitness always coming in every time with some bangers. Hey Start Fitness, come on. I've been helping you out for years. Come on, help me out. Send me some shoes, will you? There's some appropriate cushion here from the Velocity Nitro 2. Great daily model without sort of a massive stack of foam underfoot. And you get the superb traction of the really grippy Puma grip. It's almost like a octopus-like suction. Something like that anyway. Can't get a better daily budget shoe deal with a reasonable weight for this type of price. I did try and use a code or two, but I was unsuccessful. You know, getting the model down even lower, I suppose. But it's almost like looking a gift horse in the mouth at this price. Nitro foam and a more responsive EVA layer under that makes for a great starter running shoe. So if you're just getting into running perhaps, Velocity Nitro 2 could be an absolute winner. Linen green, core black and beam yellow. We got a whole bunch of the original version of the Adidas Adizero Prime X here. I believe this one's at Start Fitness too. Versions of that original down to 180 notes. So that's down from 250. For some reason the original version of the Prime X was priced a little bit higher. So a 70 quid saving, which I think's pretty good for this shoe. I did find it superb, not quite as stable as the Strung version of the Prime X, so do be warned if you're running on some nice flat roads of England. And by the way, they're not flat at all, they're full of potholes right now. I wouldn't think about using it for running shuttle efforts or anything with quick turnarounds, but aside from that, it's an absolute banger for those long runs. It's a real leg saver. It leaves your legs feeling like you've got a million foam rollers sort of operating on them at all times. I mean, it's maybe not quite that good, but you get the gist. I see less and less of those Prime X shoes now. Runners seem to be buying up the remaining pairs of the originals and the Strung version. I think people just find the V1 vastly more desirable, just a little bit lighter, less rigid underfoot. I think they'll all be gone soon, so get in there quick, people, if you want some original pairs. They do have the Pulse Mint, Core Black and Lucid Fuchsia in the Strung version as well, though very sporadic sizing. It's around about the same price as well, around about 180. It was the best shoe of the year, really, for me. One of the most fun to run around in. And don't forget, I'm like 6'3" as well. I didn't really mind the fact that there's a really big stack underfoot. Just a couple more for you before I disappear into the sunset in my three-wheeled midsole distribution vehicle. Down from 225 to 157 is the Nike Vaporfly Next Percent 2. You might need your shades for this one, people. It is very bright. Total orange, black, bright crimson and white. At this discount you have what many people very recently, or even now actually, say is the best marathon race shoe. In fact, best race running shoe that there is to be had. Super propulsive and a great fit from the breathable upper. And of course the famed shoe used by that London Marathon winner Kelvin Kiptum. I wonder what he's going to do at Chicago this week. I can barely sleep. I'm so excited to see what happens. I guess if the shoe's good enough for that guy at 157 quid, then it's good enough for us, right? Only the larger sizes left of this orange beauty. Apparently this colourway's approved by the Swedish government in terms of like energy saving. You can just put it on and it lights up the whole room. That isn't true, by the way, but it might be pretty decent on the 26.2 mile torture test. So that Vaporfly Next Percent 2 at Sport Shoes, we're staying there for my last hurrah. That Vaporfly Next Percent 2 was at Sport Shoes, and we're staying there for the last shoe. My last hurrah of the day is the Endorphin Speed 3. Lots of colourways available, though I note that there's almost every size in this black, white and Visi version. Down from 179 Earth credits to about 115 at 36% off. I don't really think you can get too upset about that price. Super light Pebax foam underfoot, very quick, a very nimble shoe, which is great for just about anything you can throw at it. When you got fantastic shoes like this at such great prices, you know, you can't blame runners for leaving like the brand new models on the shelf, can you? You know, just wait, leave them on the shelf for the time being till they mature, sort of like a fine wine or like a cheese or something, and then you can devour them. You can gorge on them, you know, a little way down the line. If you've spotted any particularly good deals, let the runners and I know down in the comments and save us a few quid. Musical interlude time for you. I've been delving back into the catalogue of Ram records. I used to particularly enjoy jungle and drum and bass back when I was a younger man. Really enjoying this one from Moving Fusion. It's called The Beginning. There's some really X-Files-y atmospheres at the start of the track, and that leads into some really crisp, very sort of punchy, steel-like percussion and drums, very sort of metallic hard hitting. There's a lot of energy in this track, some really nice bass lines as well. They slither and creep around the drums. There's some wonderful filtering as well on the bass. Makes it sound like the bass line is always constantly evolving and changing over time. Never really gets repetitive, but remains very, very rhythmic and enjoyable right through to the very end of the track. You can't really go wrong if you find like a Ram Records compilation or something. Every single one of the tracks is going to be an absolute banger. Put it on your playlist and get out and do that sort of tempo or repeat session there to build up your speed, and this will help you to get there. Anything from Andy C and Ram Records. Thanks for joining me on the Running Shoe Bargains video once again, people. Hope I managed to find you a bargain, save you a few notes. You know, dough is hard to come by, easy to spend, so make sure you get a good deal. Hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up like. My name's EDDBUD and I'll be seeing you